Yeah, it's going to be an ongoing thing. Okay.
Wow, look at that Shabbat table.
Okay.
That is an impressive Shabbat table. Is that the Bowens? Yes. No. Oh, the Campanias.
The
Wow.
Campanias.
Right. There it is. Hey guys, how are you? It's so good to see you. Wow, look at that Shabbat table.
Rabbi,
Yes.
we are zooming on YouTube.
Awesome. Yay. Hello, Nancy.
Working.
Yeah. Yeah. Casey.
Get it bigger.
No, let's show all people.
Should I make it bigger again? No, should I? Just go like this? I don't really. Yeah.
That's what I did.
My gosh, it's so. Wait, actually,
Not big people. They're not joining?
They're looking for the link first.
Exactly.
Diane, what's the grape? Oh, I want to drink grape juice.
Do or don't?
Don't.
Exactly.
Oh, I want grape juice.
What?
I do not like grape juice. I want
Hi, Nancy.
Hi, Casey. Hi, Nancy.
Hi, Dana. I didn't see you down there.
I just popped in.
That's why I was.
Thank you for doing all the drop off, Dana and Debbie.
Oh, well, thank you for doing all the behind the scenes work.
I didn't realize when Debbie said like the large challah that it was going to be such a big challah. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And I forgot that we were going to be getting a package. So I asked her to separately buy me 2 challahs while she was there. So now I have 3. So in the freezer they go.
Bread pudding and French toast.
Well, that's why I got 2. I wanted one for tonight and one for French toast, forgetting that I was going to be getting one.
That's
All
funny.
right, they freeze well.
Hi. Hi.
Casey, how are you? It's good to see you.
Hey, hi, Lala.
Okay.
Good. Managing. Oh my God.
Yeah, Stephen has
Hi,
it harder than I
guys.
do. He's sitting next to me. I lock myself in the computer and he has to work with Fletcher all morning.
All right.
and afternoon.
Yeah. All right. Hello, Nancy.
Signing on. What's the
Hi, Barbara. Hi,
Hey,
Sharon.
guys.
Keep the light on.
Hi, everybody. I'm taking you to Lila because she doesn't want to say hi. Look. Hi.
The logo looks good.
Okay.
Thanks.
The Freeman, yay. Look at that. Hardwall.
Okay, that was Lila's friend.
Hi,
Lila.
Hi. Oh. Abby, come here. Look, here's your friend. Abby, come here. Abby, come here. Sit on the. Look me here.
Anna, come on, say hi.
Hi.
Barbara, I half expected a big Michigan behind you. A Michigan.
Here, I mean, come here. Anna, come on.
What kind of background is that?
Oh, there you go. There's a Golden Gate Bridge.
If you're on the screen, they can. Hello. What is this background?
No.
Where change the background? Where is the thingy for the background?
They changed
Oh,
their
no, it's live.
background. Maybe it's not in Israel. Shows that.
I didn't have to change.
Let me just have a normal. There we go.
You should make it to the,
Okay, there we go. Hello. What?
you should make it to
I'm back.
the, I.
What?
Go back in your room.
In what?
We're eating.
What am I?
After 6. Not too.
5:58, 5:58. We'll start at 6. Great to see everybody.
You're
running ahead, 5:58.
I don't think we can. Stop.
There must be some smart, like experienced people who ought to like be able to schmooze before something starts as people enter, you know? I mean, like when you enter into any space, you get to schmooze while people come in. It tells-
The whole Newman family.
Word to breathe. Be able to schmooze before something starts as people enter, you know? I mean, like when you enter into any space, you get to schmooze while people come in. The whole Newman family.
Got the radio or TV on.
All right.
That's fine.
The camera has to be set up different, which is standard.
Fine.
It says Paula's iPad.
Yeah.
Top, I can't get anymore.
No, there's no water there.
Streaming it to YouTube.
Yeah. And
Hi. I have to get the rest of my kids. Gonna get thrown out. Watch this. Skylar, open up.
Yes. No. All right. Ooh, 5:59.
I can see your ceiling.
Hello.
it's the art ceiling.
Hello, Lori.
Hello.
Hard to see everybody. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. Awesome. So cool. Hello, Cantor Adam. Right here.
Oh,
All right, guys. So we're gonna start at 6 o'clock. We're gonna start just as we said. Very regal Berkowitz dining room. My gosh, I love that. Like we're in the presence of royalty. So, and we are. Everyone. That's actually the beauty of Shabbat. Like every home is a royal table, a royal home. I don't know why the idea came all of a sudden, but Jackie, are we going to start with a melody, and then we're going to welcome folks?
Got lost.
Yeah, I think so. Again, I am ready to begin.
Let's mute everyone. We're going to start with a melody that's very familiar, I think.
Rabbi?
Jackie, are we going to start with a melody?
Yeah, everyone needs to be muted.
Okay, I am muting everybody.
Yeah, I think so. Again, I am ready to begin.
Let's mute everyone. We're going to start with a melody that's very familiar, I think.
Okay.
Rabbi?
There's some echoing, David, but we'll begin. So, nine, 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 nine. And if you're not already, sing along. Nine, 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 nine,
All right, well, this is the first time we're doing this. Thank you, Jackie. First time we're doing this, and there's all the technology is a work in progress. We want it to be perfect, but there's no way it's going to be perfect because there's nothing about life right now that's perfect. I'm pretty sure I'm sharing a sentiment that we all feel. It's so great to have everyone here for this first weekly Shabbat experience for us. If we could ask you to mute yourself, it'd be great. It does sound like there's some feedback somewhere, but I want to start just by thanking a whole bunch of people. Casey Bowen, Gabby Verkman, Dana Sobieski, Debbie. So what? Sebeski, I knew that. Debbie Sutton. And for you guys, Debbie and Dana, you guys delivered all this stuff, and Gabby and Casey and others you made, Nancy, I know you were part of this. So many others have helped to make a vision and do some labor and deliver sidurim and bottles of wine and challah, and I'm leaving something out, grape juice. It's amazing. And this is such a gift, I feel. This moment of Corona moment, as it were. There's so many challenges. There's so many deeply difficult things about it, but there's also there are gifts here. And if we can, weed through the deep, deep challenges and try to touch, feel the beauty, the beautiful moments and opportunities, I think that's a great thing. Just a few general thoughts. Each week there'll be a different clergy person. Tara right now is in the chapel preparing for our 7 o'clock service. Vlad and Ellie will be leading. Cantor Adam will be a part of this very soon. Adam Davis, I really look forward to all of you meeting Adam. What a special person. It's really a sad loss to lose Vlad and Ellie. Amazing, amazing people, and grateful that we are gonna be wonderful as we move forward, and grateful to Adam Davis for the Chavruta partnership we're gonna get to build with them. Adina here is eating. It's a subtle but explicit hint. If you want to eat something. It's not like the Passover Seder, where maybe in some of your homes you're supposed to wait till the end or whatever. If you want to eat. If you want to drink. I really encourage you as we sing a few prayers. You're muted. Like, take the risk. Take the crazy opportunity to sing. No one hears you other than your family. They love you. They're stuck with you. Try to sing. Last thing I want to say for now is, I see all these beautiful Shabbat tables here. Try to use this time. Really, every week we're going to be doing this. It's an opportunity to be creative and ambitious about your Shabbat table. The table that we make will actually, I promise, even if you say not one prayer at the table, it will change something about the feeling in your home for the hours that it's on your table. Maybe leave it on just for Friday night. Maybe leave it on until Saturday night. Doesn't matter what you do. I mean, it does matter, but it can make a difference just to put a white tablecloth on your table. We happen to have one. It's our tablecloth, one of the white tablecloths we use every week. So we want to ask maybe two families, if you would just very briefly share something wonderful about this past week. David, I think that you've done something. Before I go on, I want to thank David Wolf, Jackie McCabe, Daphne, who was on before, Joy, Alan, Joy, Polevsky, Stu Bowenick. So many people made so much effort to make this work. David, you were one of the instrumental people along with Jackie. David, I don't know if you want to say anything, but for sure you're going to invite one or two folks to just quickly say something beautiful about this week for them.
I certainly am. I want to say Shabbat Shalom to everybody. It's wonderful to see everybody's faces.
This is cool technology. I like it.
It is. It's great. I like it.
So there's a
I put this on a big TV mirror
right now, but I'd like to invite first the Verkmans to share with us just something that was great about this week, because I think that we remember that there are great things happening.
Verkmans, go for it.
Hi, everybody. Shabbat Shalom.
Hi.
Shabbat Shalom.
So we're all excited because we're all healthy and feeling good this week, and we've all been exercising this week, so it's been very exciting. Sydney's doing a rip stick. I actually, for the first time in like 10 years, went on a treadmill, which was very exciting. Nathan's playing basketball, and Steve also went on the treadmill, so we're very excited. But also very excited, Sydney, we dyed her hair blue. It was very exciting for us. We did something new and creative, so that was very exciting for us. We have blue hair, very exciting. She's very excited. And then go ahead, Sid. Is that what you did?
I made cinnamon rolls. I made cinnamon rolls.
Go ahead. What did you do?
I watched the last.
Awesome.
Yeah. That was our week. We did it. We hope everyone had a good week.
Excellent, wonderful. Barbara, where are you? I know I reached out to you. I didn't get a chance to hear back, but I'm hoping you are able to share with us something great from this week. Oh, you got to unmute yourself. Barbara?
Oh, yes. Hi.
Hi.
Hello. Let me get back to, what was the question? Sorry.
Something great from this week that happened for you or your family, something that made this week stood out and made it wonderful.
It was great this week.
I went back to work.
All right,
there you go.
That's awesome.
That's a great thing.
And that might have been wonderful for her.
Not bad.
Awesome.
One less
Hey,
body
that's-
in the house.
That's big. It's a big deal to go back to work. All right, thank you, both Berkmans and Podwalls. We're gonna light the Shabbat candles. Hope, take your, where did our matches go? I'm sure they're right in front of me. Take your matches. David, who's gonna lead us in the candle lighting?
So the Bowen family, let me find them. Where are you on my screen so I can unmute you?
They can, Bowens, you can unmute.
Casey, can you unmute yourself? Yes, you can. Okay.
Yes, we can.
Wonderful.
Okay, so let's everyone light your first light and then we bless. Stay there. Awesome. Thank you. Amen. Amen. And let's turn to, if you have your prayer book, turn to page 20 for Lecha Dodi.
Lecha Dodi likrat kala Penei Shabbat nekabela Shamor v'zachor b'dibur echad Hishmianu el hamyuchad Adonai echad u'shmo echad L'shem tiferet v'lichtila Lecha Dodi likrat kala Penei Shabbat nekabela Lecha Dodi likrat kala Penei Shabbat nekabela Likrat Shabbat nehuven elcha ki hi makor haberacha merosh mikedem nesucha Sof maaseh b'machshvat hila lecha dodi likrat kala Penei Shabbat nekabela Lecha Dodi likrat kala Penei Shabbat nekabela Hitoreri, kiva orech kumiuri, uri shir da'beri. Kavod Adonai alayich nigla, lecha dodi likrat kala, Penei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala, Penei Shabbat nekabela. And I invite you to rise and stand toward the entrance of your house. Oive shalom ateret bala, gam besimcha uvetzodla, toch emunei am segula. Boi kala, lecha dodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nekabela.
Now let's offer the Shema. You can stay standing if you want. You don't have to, but you can stay standing on the Shema on page 34.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Ha'ed.
Can be seated. V'ahavta
Et Adonai Elohecha bechol levavcha ubechol nafshecha ubechol meodecha vehayu hadevarim haele asher anochi metzavecha hayom alevavecha veshinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam Beshivtecha beveitecha uvelechtecha baderech uveshochbecha uvekumecha ukshartam leot al yadecha vehayu letotafot beineinecha uchtavtam al mezuzot beitecha uvisharecha Leman tiskeru vasitem et kol mitzvotai v'hitem kedoshim lelohechem. Ani Adonai Elohechem asher hotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim v'hiot lachem le'Elohim. Ani Adonai Elohechem. Adonai Elohechem emet.
Thank you so much, Jackie. We want to take a moment now to we just offered the Shema and, this idea about oneness and connectedness and interconnection. Take an opportunity. Is there a question in anyone's mind that you just, I don't know, feel like, I've had a question or I have one at this moment. We're not necessarily going to try to answer it, but, since this is Passover, it's up. Oh, so it's not Passover, sorry. But actually every day is a Passover day as a Jew. This famous story about a guy named Isabel Perry. He won a Nobel Prize, Pele. He won a Nobel Prize in some incredible science field. And he was asked, how did you become such a brilliant person? And he said, well, because when I grew up in Brooklyn, every day when I would come home from school, my mom would not ask me the question, what did you learn today? Instead, she'd ask me the question, what did she ask? Did you ask a good question? So it's a daily question. Anyone have a question? Come on, throw out a question. Someone. Particularly you adults. Any adults have a question? You do. We do. Mel, a question. Wait, hold on. That's David. You need to, oh yeah.
Who knew that kid could sing that beautifully?
Yeah.
Awesome. I love that. Okay, another question. Who else?
Are there any specific prayers, Hebrew prayers that came out of plague years, 1348, 1349? There've been plagues throughout European history. Are there any specific plague prayers help us get out of this scourge, something like that?
Powerful, great, Naeem, great. Great, no, it's really big questions, great questions. We're not gonna answer them here. Go for it. Who is that? Janine? I can't see.
Yeah.
Go for it, Janine.
So what do I do? Both my kids really don't want to do this, and I'm kind of like fighting with them right now. So do I let them go, or do I
let them? Let them, just tell them my advice, and what do I know? I don't have any more. I don't have much more experience. My advice is just say to them, I want you to be close by. You don't have to be present. Just stay close. Someone else probably, there's lots of other great advice too. What other questions? I love the question, Janine. Huge question. Yes. Any others? Is that anybody? Two more? We'll take two more or not. Come on. Two more questions. I know that you've got questions. Dana, is that you?
Yeah, I have a question. I've seen a few people post on Facebook a prayer before putting on a mask. Is that something that was just created, or is that a real prayer?
It's something that was just created, although in the book of Leviticus, there actually is a moment in Parsha Tazria, Mitzorah, though they're linked, where there's a mask. So it wouldn't be surprising to me if a very thoughtful Jew created a prayer out of that. Great. Share it with us at some point, Dana. Share the question with us at some point. Also on that subject, Tara and others suggested that everyone take a picture of your home, of your Shabbat table, and send it to David, and we're gonna put them together. Okay, we're gonna create a little ongoing collage. Last question. Anybody? I do know that there's a special merit for anyone who just had a birthday who asks questions, but I can't out anyone who just had a birthday.
This much.
I got one more question, Rabbi.
Okay, Mel.
No.
Who knew I would have such a great time this evening with my family when I got out this morning?
Oh, Mel, I love that. All right, that's awesome. Okay, so guys, all these questions are so special. We have a very special moment right now. I want to ask Ella and Noah Pomerati to sing a prayer for us, a prayer by Matisyahu. I mean, some people call it a song. I call it a prayer. I actually think that most of our songs are prayers. And so, so here are the words, Ella and Noah.
Oh, we're not on mute. Okay.
No, I think we hear you, guys.
You can hear us?
Ladies, yes, we do.
Sometimes I lay under the moon and thank God I'm breathing. Then I pray, don't take me soon, 'cause I'm here for a reason. Sometimes in my tears I drown, but I never let it get me down. So when negativity surrounds, and I know someday it'll all turn around, 'cause all my life I've been waiting for the rainbow, for the people to say that we don't want to fight no more. There'll be no more wars, and our children will say one day, one day, one day, one day, one day, one day. It's not about win or lose.
Awesome. Oh my gosh, Ella, Noah, you guys. Is that Shabbistic or what? Actually, Steve, this is right. I like this. That's Shabbat. That's a great thing. Wow. Okay. Thank you, ladies. We're grateful to you. I'm thinking about moving from one day, this prayer of one day. May we find a sense of connection that will bring healing. And it's a very apt prayer to lead into a prayer for healing. And so let's see. I didn't know if we would have 10 families on this or 50. I'm trying to decide. I think what we're going to do is too many people to have every person. You know what I'd like? This is what I want to do. Please, every person, we're going to take 10 seconds, type the name of someone or names in your chat so we can have a long list. I mean, if you don't feel comfortable, don't. But normally what we would do is go around and each person would say a name. That'll take too long. Type the names of a loved one, a friend, a family person who you're calling to mind as we offer this prayer for healing and as soon as our names are in. Okay?
And share it.
Ken, you please mute yourself if you can.
Yeah.
Sharing what?
Great. The names are coming in. Cynthia, Arlene, Sherry, Pam, Alicia, Lilius or Lilia, Philip. Awesome.
You know, I'm doing well.
Okay. So why don't we offer now our Misha Baruch. Oh, great. More names are coming in. Rose, Barney, Mila, Miriam, Denise, Chana.
Put my name in there?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Right,
I know
Sharak
what I'm doing.
Eshagoff. Wonderful.
So you share it, I guess.
Yeah.
Post disable screen sharing.
No, you don't screen share, Ken. You don't screen share. It's a chat. Why don't you try to mute yourself, please? Okay, that's beautiful, friends. The world. Great. Okay, if you have your Siddur and want to turn to the words of the Misha Berach, they're on page 252. Page 252. Jackie, you good? I know you're
I'm
good.
good.
Wait, hold on, Jackie. There were a few other names. Meti. I don't know if I said it right. Forgive me. 253. I said. Thank you, Jack. Barbara, the world. Great. Okay. And all the rest we hold in our hearts. Okay. 253. Misha Berach.
Misha Berach Avotenu Makor HaBracha Leimotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Misha Berach Imotenu Mekor HaBracha Le'avotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
So every Shabbat, friends, is actually supposed to be a little taste of the high holidays. Rosh Hashanah is a joyous day. You may not know this, but the afternoon of Yom Kippur is supposed to be one of the 2 happiest periods of time in the whole calendar. And Shabbat, of course, is supposed to be a taste of peace and calm and joy. And so this is a little vignette about Shabbat that connects Shabbat and my holidays. So there's a man, Yossi, who wanted to buy a home. And Yossi went to Moshe, who was in the business of lending money for people who wanted to buy homes, wanted and needed homes. And they had a discussion. Yossi was asking for $80,000 and Moshe agreed. And so the condition that Moshe put on this loan was that Yossi would pay back the loan in 2 years' time. And Yossi agreed, and he planned to pay all the money back, month by month, a little bit all throughout. That was his plan. So, and as Moshe said, you have to pay me back in 2 years. So Moshe provided Yossi with 8 bags of gold, eight bags like this, containers like this, each worth $10,000 because Yossi needed $80,000. So he got 8 bags, 8 containers of gold. Yossi was so grateful. He was so grateful. But the thing is that each month would pass and Yossi wouldn't pay anything back. There was enough 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, 18, nothing. Finally 24 months arrives, total silence from Yossi. Moshe's he was uncertain whether to trust Yossi in the first place. And Moshe goes to Yossi's home and says, "Nu, it's time to pay me back." You know that expression, "nu," that word, "nu"? Anyway, Yossi looks at Moshe and says, "Who are you? We've never met before. I've never seen you. I don't know your name. Why are you here bothering me? Leave me alone." Moshe's dumbfounded, totally furious, and feels profoundly disrespected. Yossi's like, "We've never met before. What are you talking about?" Moshe's appalled. He decides to walk away, not to try to resolve this in the moment. About 10 days later, Yom Kippur is approaching, 2 weeks later, 10 days later, Yossi calls Moshe and says, can we see each other? Moshe says, of course. And Moshe's a little like, okay, well, maybe, who knows what the problem was 10 days ago. But Yossi gets to his house, gets to Moshe's home and says, listen, we don't know each other. I've never met you before. I have no clue who you are, but let's just call it even. And Yossi hands Moshe a check for $10,000. Just call it even.
That was too funny.
So the question, of course, is, Moshe's like, who are you? What are you doing? You owe me $80,000. And any one of us would be totally justified in being furious with Yossi. Here's the question for you to talk about after we're done with this wonderful experience. What would you say to a friend who had done a bunch of things wrong to you, and then comes and says and tries to fix it in one little way? What if your sibling has done a bunch of things wrong, and he or she comes to you and says, only willing to look at one tiny thing that he or she did wrong? What if one of our children comes to us and we know they've done a whole bunch of things wrong? They only look at one little detail. Of course, Moshe had it would be so understandable for Moshe to be furious with Yossi and be like, who are you to do this? We have an agreement. This is just totally inexcusable, indefensible. I hope that you'll talk about this, maybe actually just perchance, husbands and wives, partners, just hypothetically, maybe this relates to us too. Sometimes when, someone we love and who loves us comes to us and they're like, oh, they're only ready to focus on one thing. We're like, no. What about A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K? They go get to Z and go back again, because there's a whole lot of grievances we have. I know this doesn't happen to any of us. Of course not. I say all this because actually the Shabbat, a little taste of Shabbat, and the high holidays are a larger taste of this, is a time actually to think about that when we go to God when we're ready just to repair one piece of our lives, one piece of our personality, one misdeed that we've committed, one mistake we've made. Actually, the way to understand God as a Jew is like God is open arms. God's arms are wide open for us because one opening can be enough to begin a whole process that can lead to so many more moments of each of us saying to our loved ones, wait, I know I did X wrong, but now I'm ready to talk about A and B too. And after I talk about A and B, maybe C and D, you get the point. So my hope is that we actually can two things. I really believe this, that the beauty of having a relationship with God, the beauty of having a relationship with our children and our spouse is in our ability to try to open ourselves up to the smallest effort that we can make towards the other and that we can receive from the other. And that is really what we as Jews are called to believe and internalize and love when it comes to our relationship with God. That God wants from us the slightest ability to do that work, to make that move. Okay. We're going to sing Oseh Shalom. Ultimately, making that move is an expression of peace. The peace in our home. It all starts with the peace in our home. It really starts with the peace in our hearts. And then that spreads the peace with our children and our spouses, our loved ones. It's about peace. Jackie, will you lead us in Oseh Shalom?
Speaking of peace, there's some dogs barking in my home, so not quite as sound peaceful, so I apologize in advance. Oseh Shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, me'imru, bimru, amen. Oseh Shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, me'imru, bimru, amen. Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael. 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 Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael.
Beautiful. Thank you, Jackie. Thank you. Okay, everyone, pour your, as I said, it's Passover, right? Make sure your kiddush cup it's got some juice or wine in it. David, who's going to lead us in the kiddush?
It is Dana and her family. Dana,
yay. Dana, we're on page, what is it, 5, I think? Hold on a second. You think I would remember, but.
Tori is awesome. Dana, unmute yourself, please.
Page 5, guys, friends.
Awesome. Thanks for letting me know.
Raise your kiddush cup.
Am I doing the whole thing or just the Borei Pri Hagafen?
Do the whole thing on page 5. We'll join you.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, Borei Pri Hagafen.
All of us, amen. Go on, Tamshik.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, אשר קידשנו במצוותיו והצוונו, בשבת קודשו באהבה וברצון הנחילנו, זיכרון למעשה בראשית, כי הוא יום תחילה לקראי קודש, זכר לציית מצרים. כי בנו בחרת ואותנו קידשת מכל העמים, ושבת קודשך באהבה וברצון הנחלתנו. ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת.
Amen. You spill on your siddur, it's a good thing. The wine on the siddur adds to the preciousness of it.
Mhm.
Beautiful. And Motzi, Dana?
Ready? Ready?
Yeah.
Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen.
Okay, what I'd like lastly is for all of us parents, sorry, I have to chew. Bring your child or children close. We're going to offer the priestly blessing. My hands are all got wine on them. And why don't we stand up? It's a beautiful thing to learn to offer a blessing to our children. And I promise, if you do it, over the years, it'll become something that they cherish. It doesn't mean they'll cherish in front of 50 other people, but they will cherish it. Jackie, you gonna sing for us?
Yevarechecha Adonai ve'yishmerecha.
May God bless you and keep you precious and beautiful and full of hope and love.
Yaher Adonai panav elecha v'chunecha.
There's a light shining down from above, and that light is the light of warmth and curiosity and passion and compassion. The light that we're called to spread to every direction.
Yisa Adonai panav elecha ve'yaseim lecha shalom. Shalom.
May God's face shine down upon you. May you feel God's presence. May every time you look into someone else's face, may you know that every time someone looks into your face, they're seeing the beautiful presence and image of God. May this closeness of God bring each and every one of us the ultimate blessing, the blessing of peace. And why don't we close on page 24 with Shalom Aleichem, which is the melody that we started with. We started with this melody, but we didn't sing the words. Shalom Aleichem is about all the angels in our lives. You all are angels to each other. We're, God willing, we are angels and become even more so angels to each other. We'll close with Shalom Aleichem, and then you'll go and have your meals. If you want to connect with people here, great. If not, Shabbat Shalom. Jackie, Shalom Aleichem on page 24, I believe it, 24. Go for it.
Unmute, Jackie.
I'm muted. We'll restart. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Moechem leShalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi melech malachei hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Baruchuni leShalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi melech malachei hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. צאתכם לשלום, מלאכי השלום, מלאכי עליון. ממלך מלאכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא.
Jackie, thank you. David, thank you. All of you, thank you. Noah and Ella, love you. Thank you all. Shabbat Shalom. We'll see you very soon.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat
Shalom, Melanda.
Shabbat shalom.
Bye.
Happy Mother's Day to all the moms on Sunday.
You too.
Everyone.
Happy Mother's Day.
Well, at least the mothers. Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat Shalom, Melanda.
Shabbat shalom, Mom and Dad.
No, it's 51.
Like
I know each other.
I just like Lexi.
Shabbat shalom. The girls didn't want to do it. At the end, Hannah came over.
Let's go now. Can we go?
Okay.
Can I go?
Nope.
Okay. What's different? What's okay? No, you know the people, that's why you feel that way. I don't know anybody, so. Right? You just had your big picture on.
We don't know everybody who's there personally.
Evidently,
We
they,
don't know their names.
yes, they knew you. But because if you look, I went screening and I had 3 or 4 people making comments here.
Okay, bye.
Oh, when we first showed up,
Yep. Yep. So let me go make dinner.
He will.
Okay, bye.
He's laughing.
Shalom, everybody.
Wow, they're still on? How do I?
See this. There's a live stream.
I did leave.
Shabbat Shalom.
And I deleted it.